What's up, everyone? We are back, episode 6 here of the San Francisco Giants playthrough here in Out of the Park Baseball 23. I pick up here, we are 78 and 74, but we just had, hopefully, a game that could change the season. Look at this win probability. We were down 5-2 going into, 5-1 going into the bottom of the ninth. Put up 4 runs to tie it up. Then in the 10th, Heliot Ramos, our MVP, hit a solo bomb to give us the win. We went from pretty much a 0% chance of winning to winning. So, how have we gotten here? The offense hasn't gotten much better, but it has improved, definitely. Just noticing the amount of runs we're scoring in the games. A lot of these guys have turned it on. Luciano has been amazing, especially his last couple of weeks. Then Carlos Correa has been awesome when he's been since he come back to the lineup. Jeff McNeil's been solid, at least a bat in the middle of the lineup. That's like a contact hitter of some type. Heliot Ramos continues to be our best player, 4.5 wins this season. Brian Ramos having a really good year. He seems to hit a home run every game. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, he's been really good. He's at least solidified himself a roster spot next year. I don't know if we can upgrade that position just because he's not really great defensively. Could slide him over to first. Can't play the outfield, but we'll see what happens with him. Kike was our leadoff hitter for a little bit, but he kind of slumped. Now I've just pushed him back in the order a little bit. Brandon Crawford's come back. He's really only playing against righties at this point just because I have other better options to play. And then Hedges, whatever, he's defense first, and our pitching staff has gone off these last couple of weeks, as you'll see. And Lamont Wade's playing a little bit in left field, and also Hunter Bishop's playing a little bit as well. Got called up. He's got this crazy walk rate, and his strikeout rate isn't too high. I'm just giving him a little shot. I mean, he hasn't been bad since he's been up. Then Myers he's been back. Slater's come back. Castillo's come back. He's in a bench role at this point. He's kind of tailed off, but good backup infielder to have. We called up Patrick Bailey as well. He was just time to call him up. His ratings are all there. He's a ground ball hitter, not great defense. We'll see what happens with him. Not really quite sure at this point. Then Auerbach he's been slumping a bit. I might take him out of the. I think he's playing first. He's DHing against lefties, so I might change that up a bit. But the rotation, as you can see, Logan Webb is not here because he got hurt. A couple weeks ago, I think he was out for 5 weeks. He's out a week, so he'll be here. I think he'll catch the last week of the season or so. Yeah, he'll catch the last maybe 4 days of the season against Colorado. That could be a big series because Colorado is horrible, and we have to jump the Mets basically at this point, which we are 1.5 games back. I don't know who owns the tiebreaker on that, but as you can see, there are 3 teams hot on our heels, and this is coming down to the wire here. So we called him Gudino. I mentioned this, I think, last episode. I mentioned this at some point, maybe. But he's been good in replace of Webb. Wood Discofani, Odorizzi's he's turned it around. He's been awesome these last couple of weeks. And Rodon's been fantastic. He's pitched a couple of gems, this 2-hitter. I know he had another really good game, but yeah, and he got that. He's back up to 60 overall in potential, so that's good to see. Bullpen's still been good, maybe not as good. Duvall maybe finally. I mean, he's gotten the walks down, but I'm not sure about him at this point. We'll see. Then Rogers has still been good. He had a little hiccup game that kind of ballooned his ERA, as you can see right here. But besides that, been fine. Then I put the roster expansion to 30 people just because, 28's fine, but definitely better than 40, how it used to be. But I like the 30 just because it gives you two bats and 2 arms, basically. So kind of meet in the middle of that 28 and 30 or 40, even though it's not the middle, but whatever. Besides that, yeah, we're gonna sim a little bit and see if we can come out with this this third wild card. It looks like that's what we'll be in contention for. We have dominated the Padres this last month. Oh, never mind. we had like a big sweep of them. We won 1 out of 3 there. We had a sweep here, which is huge. But we haven't been able to beat Arizona, which has been our big kryptonite. Although I could see we just won 3 out of 4, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Discofani on the mound here. We win 5-2. Castillo looks like he got the start at short there and had a really awesome game. Hedges looks like he went yard. Yeah, that's what we like to see here. Keep chugging along. I think we have, what is that? 11 games left. So we lose 2-1. Odorizzi pitched well, but couldn't get the bats going. Zach Gallen, who's been awesome this year, and we beat him, and we beat Arizona. That's huge. McNeil had 3 hits. Sears got roughed up a bit, but he's been really good this season for us, and whatever. You're allowed a couple hiccups in my book. We lose 4-1. Looks like Rodon got he didn't pitch horribly, but not good enough. Well, you beat Colorado 9-7. That's huge. TK, Myers, Luciano all multi-hit games. Looks like Correa drove in a couple. Wood wasn't great, but JP Sears again, our savior. We lose 9-1. That sucks. I mean, we don't really have a spot for Longoria. I'm just gonna send him on a rehab assignment. Lose to Colorado 9-1. Looks like we couldn't get any bats, and Littell, Rogers, Discofani wasn't bad. We win 6-5, and looks like it looks like we're out of it. Holy crap! Just like that. I don't know what happened here. I wasn't really paying attention, but. Yeah, we are officially eliminated from the... No, we're officially no, but we'd have to pass one of these 2 teams. We have to win out, basically, and have them lose out. So that's pretty much the season. I don't really know what happened. I wasn't paying too much attention besides us, but we didn't have a bad stretch there. And we should be eliminated any day here. Webb's back. If we're eliminated, I'm not even going to bother. Oh, we're... still technically in it. Okay. Send down Castro, I guess, because he has options. I would normally give a guy a rehab assignment here, but yeah, we kind of, if we want any chance, we got to win out. So, whatever. All right. We're technically not eliminated yet. I don't know why. Okay, now. What the heck's going on? Okay. All right. I know what's happened. Okay. We're not out of it. They had Arizona and San Diego both in these wild card spots. That was dumb. Okay. That's what it was. So we're still in it. Wow. And it comes down to the last game of the year pretty much. And we had an excellent game. Playing Colorado, worst team in the league. Ramos, 3 hits, bottom of the order coming through. Webb came through, making his return. That is massive. And all right, we're tied. I don't know what the tiebreaker is between us and the Braves, but for all intents and purposes, we need to win this game. So we have Rodon on the mound. Let's see what happens here. And we lose 2-3. And Myers goes out. It looks like they don't even have tiebreakers on, so we're going to go to a 1 game. I believe it'll be 1 game to decide the playoffs. Maybe. Not really sure what's happening here. Interesting. Did the Braves make the playoffs? I think, okay, well, we're in the playoffs somehow. What the? Okay, are the Braves in? What's going on here? Looks like we got the final wild card spot and a tiebreaker with the Braves. All right, cool. Well, I guess we're in somehow. That means we have to face the Mets, who I believe were the best team in. They won the NL East. They weren't even that good, so it's a winnable series. We finished 84-78. I'm gonna set my playoff roster, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back here in episode 6. I just set my playoff roster, and basically this is how it looks. Nothing crazy. Alex Wood gets booted from the rotation just because he had the worst year of the bunch, and he also has had the worst stretch over the last little bit of time. So, Discofani's going to get the start in Game 1, Odorizzi in Game 2, and I think Webb should be good for Game 3 only because I had to pitch these guys to get here. So, and then we're down in a possible Game 4, and then we'll see what happens if we have to go to Game 5 or if we even get there. No, it's the best of 3. Sorry. So we won't be so Webb might get an appearance, but we'll see what happens. Game 1 against New York, and we win 4-3. Look at that. Luciano has a pair of hits. Correa had 2 RBIs. Looks like Luciano had a home run, actually. Discofani solid. Wood good in relief, and McGee to close it out. Cool. Game 2, and we sweep the Mets, but at a cost. Luciano goes down for 3 weeks. That is really unfortunate there. Oh, man. He's been one of our best players down the stretch here. Looking at what happened, looks like Castillo had a pinch hit or a substitution hit. Wade and Kike went yard. Love to see that. All right, cool. So we beat the Mets without our 2 best pitchers available, and now we can reset our rotation here against the Diamondbacks, who have given us problems this year, but a very beatable team, I think. Game 1, we're going to go Webb. Game 2, Rodon. And Discofani in Game 3, only because he's been really good in the playoffs for me throughout this save. So I don't think I'm going to make any changes to the bullpen or anything at this point. I think it looks good. We do need to add a bat. So do we want... I'm just going to slide Castillo right in. That's fine with me. And then I had... Do they even have any lefties I need to worry about? No, they don't? Okay. So, I mean, I can do this right now, but not really a big deal. Because these guys aren't even going to play, most likely. So, this will be our lineup because they have 4 righties going in the series. Just in case for some reason something happens, I'm just going to change this really quick. So, we need I'm going to call Schmidt onto the playoff roster here. And, he's not really going to play unless, we need him to, so you can just hang out there. All right, cool. So, we're on to face Arizona here. Game 1, Logan Webb, Zach Gallen. We lose 5-1. Gallen pitches a gem. Webb not quite good enough. Game 2, Carlos Rodon. We win 8-3. Rodon goes 6 1/3 shutout. JP Sears scuffles a little bit, but not a problem because we were up big. It's like Crawford had 3 hits. Wade had 4. And boom, there we go. I'm going to move Castillo out of the leadoff spot here. Put Kike in there. All right, so we have an off day before we go back home to San Fran. We have Discofani on the mound against Ucito. Looks like he has a nice arsenal of pitches there. And we lose 7-5. Tough game there. Discofani scuffles. Bullpen not bad, but not enough to recover from that. We win 2-1, so we are going to Arizona in the rubber match here. Zach Gallen, Logan Webb, a rematch of Game 1. And let me just see what happened in this game really quick. Odorizzi, 6 innings, 1 run. Springs to McGee. And not really much going for the offense. Ramos had a ribby, and Castillo had a ribby, it looks like. So, all right, here we go. Zach Gallen, Logan Webb to decide the NLDS. And we win 9-2. Oh, my goodness. Looks like Austin Hedges is our big hero. 2 hits, 5 RBIs. So he had a homer. And it looks like it was a grand slam. 3 on. Wow. With 2 outs. That's crazy. And then Wade had a homer as well. Correa hasn't done much in the playoffs here, but hopefully he can turn it around a bit. Ramos also been quiet. But looks like the unsung guy is Brandon Crawford. Maybe his last run here. Lamont Wade. These guys coming through big, and then Webb comes through huge with that performance. And now we will face Pittsburgh, of all teams, to be here in the NLCS facing us. All right, let's see what we can do here. Game 1, we lose 7-5. Sorry, I should probably. I was gonna have Rodon pitch game 1 anyway, but Webb's not quite ready. So game 1, 7-5, we lose. Looks like Hedges has another pair of hits. Wow. Correa hits. Looks like he got hurt. That's not good. Knee soreness. He'll be fine. Rodon, and then Springs blew it. He hasn't been great these playoffs, so well, he has been. We'll see. We'll see what the manager decides to do there. We have Bryce Wilson, who I could have traded for, I think. In game 2 against Disclafani, we lose 5-3. So we're going back home, down 2-0. Kike had 4 hits, McNeil had 3, but we couldn't get those to turn into any runs really. So Disclafani has another rough start. We'll have to see what happens if we make it to the World Series and what we do with the rotation here. But here's Webb to start game 3, or even if Disclafani has to pitch again. And we win 1-0. Wow. Looks like a single or an RBI by Carlos Correa was just enough. Webb to Godino to McGee. So we salvage a game here, and it's 2-1 now in the series. And we win 3-0 here in game 4. Crawford a pair of hits. McNeil, Ramos all had hits. Castillo. Looks like he had an RBI double. Odorizzi continues to pitch well. Springs to McGee. And here we go. Big pivotal game 5 here. And we win 8-2. And looks like Will Myers suffered a setback, whatever. Probably wasn't making this team anyway. Ramos, Wade, Castillo. All these guys had hits. That's good to see. I like Ramos to turn it on a bit here, but... And Correa as well. I mean, we're paying him $30 million. You better do something. So Rodon to Sears to finish. It feels like the same guys that pitched in all these games. It's kind of crazy. I know I have them on more often, but interesting decisions there. All right. We're up 3-2 here. Game 6. Could clinch it to go to the World Series for back-to-back years. And we lose 6-5. Longoria's upset. Sorry, dude. Wow, and it looks like Springs blew it again. Oh, man. Wade continues to hit well. McNeil as well. Oops, didn't mean to do that. All right, and we're facing Mitch Keller here in the deciding game, Game 7. Series going the distance yet again. Logan Webb against Mitch Keller. And we lose to Pittsburgh in the NLCS. Webb pitched okay. Wood couldn't quite do it, and Bats couldn't get more than 4 runs, unfortunately, to help them out. But that's the season, folks. We get to the NLCS with an 84-78 record. This team is built for the playoffs. I don't know why, but still not a disappointment of the year. I mean, it wasn't great, but I mean, we had a lot of things working against us. Our offense was putrid up until like halfway through the year, and then we kind of became a little bit better. We lost Correa for a lot of the year. McNeil will be back for year 2. There's a lot of things looking up, and like all these guys are going to be a year older in a good way this time. Like Ramos could possibly turn into our middle of the order slugger. We'll have Luciano back. That was a huge loss when we lost him. Everyone deals with injuries, but we just couldn't quite do it this year. We'll have Luis Matos back next year as well. So this team's looking pretty good going into the future. We have no real salaries committed besides Correa and Rodon. So yeah, we're in good space financially. We have the best farm system, and second best now. I think we retired a couple of guys here, maybe, or maybe whatever. We're just not the best anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna boost up a bunch of our development next year, see if we can get even better in the farm. So yeah, we'll come back next episode with our full off season. But besides that, thank you very much for watching. Didn't quite make it as far as we did last year, but whatever. You can't win them every year, so that's it. That's the episode. Thank you for watching episode 6, and we will see you back next episode of the off season. See ya.